eyes crowded over when you had my news. Why? You always keep your emotion. When I ask you, I don't know what to do. You say yes, haven't made it up your mind. You just needed time. I'm never decide when I meet you. Maybe I will trust you. I'm awake, going through hell. I wonder what is when I cry. I'm just counting down the days. Did you hear the last bell for the night? Maybe I don't want to know.
This is the Yellowhead Pass. At an elevation of 1,131 meters, the pass is the lowest and gentlest route through the Canadian Rockies, connecting northern Alberta with the Pacific Ocean through the BC interior. The pass was utilized for centuries by indigenous peoples and later the Northwest Company for fur trading. The pass's name comes from Pierre Bostonnet, a Métis Iroquois trapper and explorer who established a fur cache near the confluence of the Robson and Fraser rivers. French-Canadian voyageurs nicknamed him Tejon, or Yellowhead, for his blonde hair. In the early 1900s, seeking to capitalize on the booming agriculture of the Canadian West and break the monopoly held by the Canadian Pacific Railway, two companies, the Grand Trunk Pacific and Canadian Northern, both built rail routes through the Yellowhead Pass. Near the BC-Alberta border, the railway split off in two directions. The Grand Trunk went west to Prince Rupert, and the Canadian Northern went south to Vancouver. Today, the route is one of the two major transportation corridors through the Canadian Rocky Mountains, hosting the Yellowhead Highway, Highway 16, and the Canadian National Transcontinental Main Line. CN's Edson, Alberta, Robson, and Tejon subdivisions see up to 30 to 40 trains a day. The Yellowhead Corridor begins on what is now the CN Edson subdivision, running west from Edmonton into the foothills of northern Alberta. The towns of Hinton, Edson, and Mountain Park were once booming coal towns that grew from the rapid expansion of the Grand Trunk and Canadian Northern Railways in the early 1900s. At Bickerdike, west of Edson, the Mountain Park subdivision begins, a former GTP branch line that once ran to the boomtown of Mountain Park, Alberta. At one point, over 20% of the province's coal was mined here, with mines like the one in Catamount producing up to 5,000 tons per day. As the railways shifted away from steam locomotives and home heating pivoted towards oil and natural gas, many of the region's mines shuttered. Today, Mountain Park is a ghost town, and only two modern surface coal mines are in operation in the area. The towns of Hinton and Edson reinvented themselves with a rapid expansion of the forest industry and the oil and gas sector, and today are still major regional hubs for both. The Athabasca and Yellowhead valleys were traditional lands and travel corridors for a variety of First Nations and Métis people, including the Assiniboine-Winewak, Stoney Nakoda, and Secwepemc people. The first European settlement in the area was Henry House, built in 1811 across the Athabasca River from the modern settlement of Jasper. Because Henry House was difficult to navigate at certain times of the year, a replacement supply post was built downriver in 1813, Jasper House, from which the modern town gets its name. The Grand Trunk Pacific Railway was the first to lay steel to what would later become known as Jasper. The site was chosen for its solid ground and flat terrain, some of the only settleable land in the Athabasca Valley not plagued by muskeg. The Canadian government actually envisioned developing the area as an alpine resort town before the railway was even built, intending to mirror the success of Banff National Park to the south. Indeed, today Jasper is a world-renowned tourist hub. West of Jasper is where the pass is the most dramatic, near its summit at the Alberta-BC border. Grand Trunk and Canadian Northern both built main lines through the narrow pass, often side by side in places. It was this redundancy that bankrupted both companies, forcing the Canadian government to step in, merging them into the Canadian National Railway in 1919. The Grand Trunk main line came through the pass first, and its superior grades and engineering meant that CN largely abandoned the CNOR routing after the merger. This spelt the end for Lousern, BC, only a decade after it first opened. The town was a CNOR division point and locomotive terminal, built in 1913. The town shuttered in 1923. Like Mountain Park, it is a ghost town today, with CN's main line running on the north side of Yellowhead Lake. Some of the CNOR right-of-way was later adapted for the route of the Yellowhead Highway. Much of the former CNOR main line's grading and bridge piers are still visible today. Red Pass is a junction on the west end of Moose Lake, BC, the division point between the historical Canadian Northern and Grand Trunk lines to Vancouver and Prince Rupert. And another ghost town. Before the construction of Highway 16, Red Pass was a significant crew change point, its remoteness necessitating bunkhouses, a hotel, a grocery store, post office, and even a schoolhouse. The highway and the transition from steam to diesel made the town redundant, and it too declined in the late 1960s. The Red Pass depot itself was torn down in 1977. Lousern, BC was once home to 300 people. Red Pass had a transient population of around 90. Most residents moved to Jasper or Valemount after their towns declined. West of Red Pass, the Canadian Northern Railway continued south to Valemount, Kamloops, and eventually Vancouver, while Grand Trunk Pacific built northwest to Prince George and the port of Prince Rupert. Both railways successfully built to the Pacific Ocean in 1914 and 15, but the rapid expansions, unsustainable debt, and the impact of World War I bankrupted them both. Even after the merger, CN inherited both companies' combined $1.3 billion in debt, one it couldn't pay off until a second government intervention in 1938 canceled the debt. Along the Yellowhead Pass, ostensibly the easiest route through the Rockies, ghost towns like Lousern and Red Pass just represent a period in railway history where ambition and speculation outstrips sustainability, where the remnants of that speculation still exist among nature.